I'm Joemarc Santos from Pandi, Bulacan, Philippines. This is my ride. This is my jeepney. This is my ride. And this is my pride.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and on this episode, we'll be going to the Philippines and introducing the Philippine Jeepney. I will be interviewing Joemarc Santos, a jeepney driver, and hear his story. Joemarc is from San Miguel, Bulacan. Jeepneys are public utility vehicles serving as the most popular means of transportation in the Philippines. Now, I have never experienced riding in a jeepney, but I'm sure you can imagine how chaotic it must be. If you have a jeepney story, go ahead and let me know in the comments. They are known for their crowded seating and overly eccentric decorations, which have become a widespread symbol of the Philippine culture and art. A Sauro jeepney was exhibited at the Philippine Pavilion at the 1964 New York World's Fair as national image of the Filipinos. The jeepney evolved from modified imported cars with attached carriages in the 1930s, which served as cheap passenger utility vehicles. Named after the horse-drawn calisas of Manila, or simply jitney, or baby bus. The first automobile to be modified for seating more passengers was introduced in 1932 by a Filipino entrepreneur, using cheap imported German DKW vehicles with side entry carriages attached. These were operated by the DKW AC company. The need for replacement transport vehicles led to the U.S. military jeeps left over from the war, which became the template for the modern jeepney when American troops began to leave the Philippines at the end of World War II. Hundreds of surplus jeeps were sold or even given to the Filipinos. The jeeps were stripped down and altered locally. Metal roofs were added for shade, and the vehicles were decorated in vibrant colors and chrome-plated ornaments on the sides and the hood. The back part was reconfigured with two long parallel benches with passengers facing each other to accommodate more riders. In assembly-built jeepneys, notably those built by Sauro Motors and Francisco Motors, the passenger capacity reached a maximum of 14 to 18, including 2 up front. Sauro Motors was established in 1953 by Leonardo Sauro, a former driver turned mechanic, as a small automotive shop. The company grew into a large corporation that produced the majority of jeepneys in the Philippines. At its peak, the ratio of Sauro jeepneys rolling through the streets of Manila outnumbered other brands almost 7 to 1, making the Sauro name synonymous with the vehicle. In 1971, a Sauro jeepney travels from Manila to London and all over Europe as part of the London-Manila Express, a roadshow sponsored by the Philippine Tourism and Travel Association to boost the country's tourism and industry to the European countries.
I get this jeepney February 2021 during pandemic. I brought my first jeepney. It's only 9-seater, and I'll make it when I get some funds, and I'll bring this one. I'll buy this one to upgrade my jeepney. This is my source of income. I can only say that this jeepney is more if they push the phase out, I will stay here in my jeepney. I'll make it private. I don't want to buy some of their modern units. This jeepney manufactured by Malawig Royal. I think it's older than my age. I'm 32 years old. Isuzu 4BE1. It's a little dirty, sir. Isuzu 4BE1, sir. Problems, a little bit, like secondary clutch, clutch lining, brake lining, but it's natural. It's a normal problem, not like the modern unit, the government pushing some of their units is I see pushing in the road, like reviving too high and smoke too much. Yeah, but this one is still roadworthy, I believe, because this is my jeepney. Since 2022, I upgrade this jeepney. But for me, it's only I own this only 2 years because I brought the original unit in 2021. I need some funds to make this because I think I want to the roof I want to make it color black and the body is still silver. But I need some funds to make this. I don't need to upgrade this because I'm comfortable with my ride. How I pick up, uh, like I turn my signal always on the right because they stay on the right side, the passengers. I pick up some in the mall or schools, and sometimes on the only in the roadside. There's a loading area and loading station. Some of the roads they pay me for minimum 4 kilometers for 12 pesos. They say like this, some para like this. They say para mama dyan lang sa tabi.
Para, dyan lang sa tabi. O yung papaya ko, dyan mo lang dyan sa tabi. Mamaya, may lamang pe. Ano pa lang, lo, pila pa, o. Wala ka lang pila. Masarap. Okay, Marina.
Recently, the jeepney industry has faced threats to its survival. Most of the larger builders have gone bankrupt or have switched to manufacturing other products, with the smaller builders forced to go out of business. Passenger jeepneys are also facing increasing restrictions and regulations for pollution control. Traditional jeepneys primarily use 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated diesel engines sourced from surplus Japanese trucks, with Isuzu and Mitsubishi being the most common brands. These engines produce a lot of smoke and pollution.
The Department of Environment and Natural Resources reveals that almost a third of the jeepney drivers in Metro Manila are infected with tuberculosis.
In the year 2000, rising costs forced Saura Motors to halt jeepney production, resulting in downsizing of its workforce from 300 to 50 employees. The collection department was the only part of the company that remained operational. The company eventually resumed operations on a smaller scale. The jeepney is the cheapest way to commute in the Philippines. Because of its open rear door design, picking up and dropping off is easy for both the passengers and the drivers. They can stop anywhere, unlike buses. But also, because of this convenience, some jeepney drivers are a source of traffic congestion by indiscriminately loading and unloading passengers in the middle of the street, blocking traffic and risking the safety of other passengers. Recently, due to the higher cost in diesel fuel, the average cost for a ride has increased from 14 pesos or 23 cents per ride. If you have a ride that you are proud of and you have a story to tell and you live in Southern California, hey, let me know in the comments below or send me an email. I would love to hear from you. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell.